The hall in which we sit was built as a memorial from the funds raised by families of men from the school who fought and died in two significant wars which followed very soon after each other. In 1918, the First World War ended, a war that, because of its horror, was often described as the war to end all wars. But hardly a generation later, the Second World War took even more lives. Not long after that, young South Africans also went to do battle in Korea, this time as part of a UN force representing a body whose aim was to bring peace to the world. Another claim that proved hollow. Here in our country, a bitter war against apartheid was fought, a war in which schools were often battlegrounds, and it was with some relief that a new dispensation was founded, not, however, without the loss of life, a loss which again touched this school. The intention of this hall, then, is to remember the lives of Rondebosch men lost in the great wars and in conflicts in Africa and across the globe, and in doing so, remember them. On November the 11th, the community of Rondebosch pauses in silence to remember those who have died in war and to pray for victims of attacks and cruelty throughout the world. This is a day, then, to pray for peace, to think about what we are doing as individuals, as a community, and as a country to bring peace into the world. This is a day when a believing community may turn in prayer and others may contemplate the sacrifice of men of this school in the defense of their beliefs and in the defense of our freedoms. Even today we're concerned with strife and violence, both here in Africa and abroad. War is waged every day somewhere, and young lives are lost, and our nation is facing losses and sadness. And that is why it is still appropriate for us to remember those who have fallen in conflict, and to hold this service to remind us not of the glory of war or of violence, but of its foolishness, and to honor the gloriousness of indestructibility of the human spirit, epitomized by so many who died defending the freedoms we enjoy today. It is all the more fitting then that we should do so in this hall, dedicated as it is to the memory of those men.
The teachings of the major religions of the world speak of the power and promise of peace, and I call upon students who represent some of the religious communities in our school to read a contemplation from their tradition.
From the Brihad Aranyaka Upanishad, lead us from unreality to reality, lead us from darkness to light, lead us from death to life.
Matthew 5, verse 3-9. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus taught, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the merciful, for they will receive mercy. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God."
From the Islamic tradition, a prayer for peace. Praise be to the Lord of the universe, who has created us and made us into tribes and nations, that we may know each other, not that we may despise each other, and trust God, for the Lord is the one that heareth and knoweth all things. And the servant of God, most gracious are those who walk on earth in humility, and when we address them, we say, peace.
From Micah 4-1, 3-4. In the days to come, the mount of Adonai, how shall stand firm above the hills, and the people shall gaze upon it with joy. They shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. A nation shall not lift up sword against nation, nor ever shall they train for war. Owesibini umthandazo oxolo. Thixo, bange uxolo nothando, okukwazi wena kukudla ubomi, okukhonza wena yinkululeko kanye. Sikhusele thina sicaka zakho ezilulamileyo kuko konke ukulwa kwentshaba zethu. Ukuse sithembe ukuselo lwakho, singawoyika amandla entshaba ngamandla kaYesu Kristu inkosi yethu. They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn.
at the going down of the sun, and in the morning we will remember them.
From the First World War, Bachelor A.W., Bissett I.M., Blackenberg J., Boyle J.A.S., Brown A.N., Brown W.N., Brown M.M., Bullen R.E., Cardwell H.E., Carsons W.A., Chalmers T., Cooper H.E., Devonish A.J.M., Devonish D.H., Earp E., Fair W.R., Fletcher W.H.A., Gillespie J., Gordon A.F., Gurney F.H., Henry J.D., Hofmeyr R.E.M., Huskin A.S., House H.E., Johnson W.B., Jurgensen E., King F., Kavanagh J.W., Latham E.R., Late J.F., Marstorp A., Marstorp N., McAvoy W.H., McFarlane A.N., McPherson J.A., McPherson D.N., Martin R.D., Myberg J.A., O'Connor A.C., Orpin T.H., Plows E.S., Powell F.G., Power W., Quinn J.H., Rigel F.E.S., Scott A.E., Spurway S., Stapleton H., Stuckenstrom A.L., Thompson G., Tredgold J.C., Watson C.E.S., Westhoffen P., Wiener L.D.V., Williams C.B., and Zederberg H.
From the Second World War, Aberdeen, J.S., Adams, E.C., Airy, E.W., Bain, A.M.A., Bates, A.J., Beatty, S.S., Beach, C.B., Benjamin, P., Beringer, J.P., Betterson, C.M., Bowen, D.D., Branch Clark, J.C., Bryce, R.D., Brian, R.C., Brown, D., Brunton, K.J., Condi, W., Conway Deacon, J.E., Cornish, F.V., Coulthart, M., Cox, G.E., Kramer, P.L., Daniels, R.S., DeSmit, F.F., Dixon, R.F., Devine, G.D., Double, R.J., Dodd, D.W., Dreyer, J.G.L., Duffett, H.G., Eatwell, N.J.F., Edmeads, E.R.P., Edmeads, R.8, Edwards, E., Edwards, J.H., Elliott, D., Fairweather, J., Farquhar, D.A., Furee, J.F., Gallimore, L.F., Galloway, S.R., Garnis, G., Gibbs, C.S.D., Gerd, N.L.A., Gordon, D.D., Green, G.C., Haft, A.A.H., Hall, J.B., Hall, J.N., Hardy, P.E., Hayden, R.W.F., Henry, J.E., Henshelwood, J.S., Holohan, F., Howes, C.A., Jackson, D.F.D., Jackson, H.E., Jackson, J.S.L., Jackson, R.E.,
Jamieson, A.J., Job, H.A., Judd, D.R., Cog, N., Kensington Kenyon, G.A.B., LaRue, J.V.P., Little, P.H., Loins, P.A., Loin, J.G., McGuffey, A.W., McClure, C.S.C., Mackenzie, A.K., Mackenzie, J.R., Marchant, P.C.V., Marsh, S.J.R., Mills, GB. Miles, H. Newmark, GB. Orton, C. Palmer, CM. Piers, CV. Price, DK. Price, DS. Richards, GH. Robbins, LS. Robertson, JVP. Rogers, NJ. Rowe, GPC. Rowland, G. Rowell, DR. Scrimgeour, FC. Scrimgeour, Q. Seal, KG. Shannon, SB. Sharland, JU. Sharp, JE. Scheuer, WA. Slatum, AC. Smith, WAC. Snook, DD. Stafford, RW. Steele, ES. Steele, PD. Stewart, ARL. Stewart, RJ. Stone, HWJ. Thompson, CF. Tyndall, JC. Van der Spey, SJ. Van der Spey, TAM. Van Reenen, MC. Varnfield, GK. Vickers, CP. Vink, BF. Voigt, FCM. Walker, THF. Watermeyer, FGC. Webb, JWSA. Weinrich, NA. Wenzel, HJ. Whittingdale, HF. Wolf, TK. Woods, GC. Wiley, TF. In Southern Africa, Bryce, C. Gorge, R. Lowe, JAS. Rabkin, D. Warrener, PW. On military service elsewhere, Dobson, DI.
They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn them.